Ja'Quan, how did it feel being out there in a Maryland uniform for the first time on Saturday?
I was kind of nervous. I didn't know what to expect, but it's kind of the same thing for sure. I mean, just different teammates and different colors, obviously. But for the most part, it felt good. I was excited for sure.
When you were in the portal, what drew you to Maryland?
First of all, the culture, Coach Loxo, for sure. That brought me off the jump. It was like, I like that for sure, because that's what we talked about all the time, brotherhood. And then, my mom lives like 20, 25 minutes away, so that was easy. And then, I have some former teammates, Jay Sean and all them, they told me. And so I was just like, yeah, that's where I'm going to go. So I already knew I was going to go before I even committed.
What about the culture stood out to you?
It's basically the same thing, hard work, Everything's going to be earned, not given. Everybody's got to fight for a spot for sure. There's no favorites, and I like that for sure because I feel like everybody deserves a chance. But for the most part, like, the team has to be, in order to be good, you have to have, like, you got to be brothers, you got to be close, and that's what he brought me on that for sure.
Was there a specific conversation you remember having with Coach Loxley or someone on the team that really sold you, like, this is the place for me?
Well, when I talked, because he was my host, and he told me all about the room. He told me who they were losing. They were losing 2 NFL caliber cornerbacks at the time. They didn't know where they was gonna go. And he was just like, "We play like this, and I know you play like this, so why not?" And we just kept having those conversations. And then the same day I was just connected to all the corners and things in that sort before I even got here. So I was like, yeah, I think I can come here and I can make an impact for sure.
One game into the season, what did you like about how well you guys played this past Saturday, and where do you guys feel you need to make strides moving forward?
One thing I think that we can make strides toward, if I'm going to start with that first, containing a lot more, making a lot more plays on the edges for sure. And then in the back end, a lot better communication in certain situations, when you have challenging formations and things in that sort. I feel like we can get better with just as a whole. Condition-wise, we had a few guys cramp up, but that's something that we can handle for sure. And on my part, I just feel like I can be better too as well from a confidence standpoint. Obviously, it's the first game, so I wasn't feeling as confident as I usually was, but I feel like game 2 will be different for sure.
Yeah, Ja'Quan, first of all, tell us what problems Jalen Jones presents as quarterback. I don't know if you've had a chance to study him yet. And also the support group with Dante Trader and Bo Braid, how important are they to you in your scheme as being new on this team?
The quarterback, he's a runner, He wants to run the ball a lot. He wants to drop back, RPO, and he want to just run the ball and make plays with his legs. So I think that's going to be the biggest problem is being able to contain. It's not a problem, but containing would be something that we definitely got to work on from secondary to line standpoint and things in that sort. And then like the relationship or whatever Trader and Bo, they make everything easy when they're out there. Like, obviously I just got here. I know a lot, but I don't know as much as them, and so they tell me situations before it even happens, and it's always there. And I just seen this from game 1, so we were talking. This is like we're gonna be better, way better. Even though we weren't bad, we're gonna be way better from first game to the second game because of the situations that we are in. We know what we are in and how we're gonna approach the game. So they make everything easy. It's super fun playing with them because they know exactly what they're doing. So that makes my job easy as well.
First game in College Park. I don't know if you noticed, but the flag drop, what did you think of it? Did you see it? Take me through your thought process.
I was in shock. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't really see it. I seen it on highlights, but I ain't really see it like in person. But as a College Park, like even though the stands wasn't as filled, it was loud. Like you could barely hear on the field. So I know that when games get tougher, when later on in the season, when it's rough on the teams and things, that's where it's going to be definitely wilder. So I can't wait. I just can't wait to see exactly what that's going to be like for sure.
Okay. Okay. I guess I know you were at Cincinnati and played with Sauce Gardner. So what's the biggest thing you learned from him?
sauce, man. I don't know. It's a lot because that's like my best friend. So it's just like trash talking, preparation for sure. Situations, again, like I said, knowing how to approach the situation, know how to go about your business off the field for sure because he definitely lived right off the field. Just a lot, like as far as like competition, how you work every day and things of that sort. Like he a trash talker. He probably one of the worst for sure that you will ever meet for sure. But he backed everything up. And so like coming up beside him, you have to think about all those things too as well. And so it helped me for sure.
Okay, because I was a Jets fan. That's why I was kind
Oh,
of
okay,
like
okay.
asking. I was like, okay, this is my fangirl moment. But
Hey, Ja'Quan. So you kind of mentioned Dante and Bo kind of helping you on the field. I'm kind of curious, how have you guys really gelled off the field, maybe built chemistry within the DB room as a whole?
The chemistry, I think we started working on that like February, before spring even started. We were doing things together, talking in the locker room after workouts, 3-4 hours out the day. Just building that chemistry, communication-wise, before we even got to the point where we were playing football. So when we got to football, it was just easy. It's like everything was easy because we talked the same way that we talk off the field. And so at that point, it was just like, do this, do that, and I understand. We understand why. And they're explaining themselves after the play is over, like mid-game. So it was just like that relationship is just gonna get tighter. So it's gonna get way more scarier.
Hey, Ja'Quan, obviously I know you got a chance to get here in January, work with Coach Baker, and then obviously that you get a chance to continue that into the fall. But just working with him, and then obviously being able to bounce off Tarheeb as well. But just with Baker, how do you feel like maybe that transition's going? How do you feel like maybe the comfort is, and just kind of his coaching style? How do you feel like maybe that meshes with what you're used to?
The coaching style, he coaches hard. So the coaching style was not as much different, but I had to get used to how he coached, and how he talked in certain situations as well too. So at first it was rocky. Sometimes I'll get in my feelings about some situations. I feel like I did something good, but he telling me, you can do this better, because he knows exactly the type of player I can be. And so as it went, like I'll say in spring, it was all right. Sometimes I feel like he was targeting me sometimes, and then after a while we sit and talk. We got closer, and now I understand. Like, we don't even have those conversations because we know exactly what's the mission and what's the moment behind everything that he says and what I say. And he lets me talk too as well. He let me tell my feelings and tell him how I think that something should go. So the relationship will be better. It's getting better too as well. And I think that we tight as ever right now in these first 9 months. So I can just imagine these last 3 months that's gonna go. So.
Hey, Ja'Quan, you talked about the relationship that you have with the other guys in the secondary room. Was there a play against Towson where you saw that manifest on the field?
Yeah, and I think we all should know, like, the PI that got called on me, and we didn't get mad. They obviously got 3 points off of that, and they were just like, you're good, like, you made a good play. That was something that we need, rather than, a dumb penalty like we always talk about as well. And they were just like, just keep doing exactly that. They gonna call it every time. We rather you be in position every time, and for it to be a 50-50 rather than you being out of position. And so they was just on the field. As a corner, I ain't like that call, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't like that call. But I didn't get in my feelings about it because they helped me. As soon as they threw the flag, there's like, next play, we good, like, you good. We already know. So got to the conversation and got to the sideline. We kept talking about it, what we could have did better, what I could have did better. In that situation, they thought I did everything perfect. So I think that was something that actually I saw that was like a positive for sure.
Thank you, Ja'Quan. Appreciate the time.